What'd you think of the show tonight?
Oh, I just thought it was amazing. He's just gifted, and all the different voices he took on, and I especially loved Barry. I just really enjoyed it.
It was fabulous. I had no idea what I was expecting, and the way in which it was carried out was unbelievable.
What did you think of the play tonight?
I loved it. I had a wonderful time. Yeah. Should I talk to him or you?
Talk to me.
Okay. Yeah, I had a wonderful time as always. And the thing that I enjoy the most, as I was telling my friend Chris Papani here, is that when you see a play anywhere, but at Portland Stage for me, is that you're in for a one-off thing. In other words, you're seeing the only time that anyone is ever going to see that performance, ever. You're there. And if you see a movie or a television show, it's not the same as a wonderful stage performance like this. I enjoyed it very much.
And what what resonated about the play for you?
Well, I'm a gay man from Brooklyn, so Barbara's one of my favorite people, and I've been following her since I was a little boy. And I thought he did a great. I really could imagine her having these conversations with him, even though it was all made up. And so I got lost in it for an hour and a half, and that's what's great about theater.
What did you think of the show tonight?
I loved it. Thought it was really wonderful. I thought the set was amazing, particularly just the color when he opens up that was just beautiful and shocking, and it was really cool.
Totally brilliant, hilarious, unexpectedly moving, like really human. I thought it was just going to be like a tour de force, Dustin Tucker amazement, and it was like so humanly interesting, and about imagination, and about connecting, and about work, and about how people perceive us, and how that can be really hard, and you persevere. That's Barbara.
Oh, it was so much fun. And it was such a virtuosic performance. I'm not one of the people that stands up and gives everything a standing ovation, because I've been around the theater too much, and that kind of annoys me. But I popped right out of my seat tonight because I think Dustin did a fabulous job. He was working hard, but you couldn't tell. It was a perfect role for him. It's a great, fun play. And
what are some of the takeaways from the play in terms of just fame and the impact that it has on someone's life, or
Oh my gosh, that's hard for me to answer in terms of the fame part. I have to admit I was very kind of like Dustin, like the character that he plays. I was kind of wrapped up with Barbara too. You kind of get caught up in it, and you forget that people actually live this way, and that there is this whole other world. I guess to me it felt a little bit like going through the wardrobe, right? It was like going through the back of the wardrobe and entering this other world, and that was very enlightening to see that.
And would you recommend this to a friend?
Oh, and especially right now, I have to say that for me personally, with the kind of level of anxiety and darkness that's happening out in the real world, to be immersed in this kind of world, and one that's so well written too. There were two crafts really at work here. The craft of the actor and the craft of the writer. What a fun to write this. So anyway, I really appreciated the lightness, the moment of lightness, and being able to go through that back of the wardrobe into another world.
I really enjoyed it. Dustin is so wonderful to watch on stage. I had heard a lot about him. I'm not from Portland, but I just heard a lot about him, and he was so delightful to watch, and I think the script was just really fun. This is just a fun night at the theater. All of the characters were so well developed, and everyone had their own good physicality. It was just really wonderful to see.
Mind if I get your reaction to the play tonight?
I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
And did you have a favorite moment in the play, or something that really resonated with you?
A favorite moment? I thought the dancing with Barbara was particularly fun to watch.
And it's a one-man show, but Dustin plays all these characters. How did you find that, watching one actor?
I just indicated I was going home and I was going to see if I could do Bob. I it just inspired me. I thought it was such fun. The whole thing is a wonderful theater entertainment.
Absolutely, but gut busting funny.
Yeah.
The set is gorgeous, and Dustin just every second he's on stage, he really is totally amazing.
I was really intrigued by the set, that I just saw the simplicity of the set and then was really sort of stunned by the complexity of it, just sort of what happened afterwards and how he really then incorporated the use of the set into the characters as well. And you had some really good things to say about.
Yeah, I want to congrats the actor. He was so good, and the way he did the different characters and how he played, it was amazing. And I could feel the whole characters in different way. Although he was the same person, but I feel it, the whole characters, and Barry was my favorite.
So what did you think of the show tonight?
I loved it. Here's the thing, like, any amount of time spent in a room with Dustin Tucker is a treat, a genuine treat. But like, for an hour and a half listening to Dustin Tucker like imitate Barbra Streisand, well, he says it's not an imitation, but to have that like genuine, fun, like glowing presence is great. It's a really good time.
Yeah. And what resonated with you about the story? Because it's based upon Barbra Streisand really having a shopping mall in her basement. So.
Well, and I think what's fun about the play itself is that it is based on artifice, which is what the story is about. The play says at the beginning, like, this is all fake, it's made up, here's what it's based on. And like, here's this like one story that's like gonna get in there, but in a different context. And then it does. And it's all about like a dude who's hired to do a fake thing, finding real grounding within this fake job where he's pretending to be something he's not. And I think that like the play does a very good job of acknowledging that it's fake and that it's all made up, and still talking about like the realness within things that are artificial.
I thought it was a really great show. Dustin does a really great job, and I sort of understand there were a lot of references, like pop culture references that I didn't understand, but it was enough information given so I can put pieces together and still laugh at some of them.
So you found it funny?
Yes.
Come see Byron Cellar.
Go Portland Stage, go Dustin Tucker, go see Byron Cellar.